Welcome to Game Time Decision, everybody. It is Tuesday, April 5th. I'm the host, Detroit Lenny, here, joined with our favorite knuckleheads, Nick and Tim Earl from Earl Sports Bets. What's happening, gentlemen? How's it going? What's crack-a-lacking?
Just got to sweat out some spring training baseball for whatever reason.
We'll talk that for sure, yeah.
Yeah, and I'll pull up, I think, because I'm not betting any tomorrow's games because there's only 2 of them. So this will be the end of my spring training run. And It was a phenomenal spring training. Final record, 25, 12, and 2, up 17.5 units.
Nice.
Cashed on the Tigers today, cashed on the Red Sox today.
Tigers, it's a wagon. Get on board.
It's been nice. Wagon. I've been loving spring training baseball. I'm ready for regular season.
I'm ready. I got my spring trading hat on, my palm trade, everything.
Gotta get in the mood.
I'm in the mood.
I have the
put my rally cap on
from 2015. We didn't know they lost in the World Series. Got to get right back in the mood to try to get it back. So, see,
that's fair. Let's get it. Before we go too much farther, don't let me forget Caesars Sportsbook. They sponsor all of our videos here over at Max Wagers Network. So if you haven't already, link is in the description of this video. Caesars Sportsbook above. Nick's head over there. Scrolling at the bottom is the promo code MorningCZR. It's $1,100 bet insurance on your first bet. Take advantage of that while you can. Links, the promos change all the time, so this is a hell of a one. Definitely take advantage of that if you haven't already signed up with them. Link in the description of this video, Caesars Sportsbook. But this is Game Time Decision, baby. And here's how we're going to do this. Nick Earl's going to go over the NHL injury report, updates, all that good stuff. The Amazon guy's also here, so my dogs are going to go nuts in the background.
There you
go. Tim Earl's going to go over the NBA injury report updates for tonight's game. And in a couple of days, we can actually talk baseball, too. I know. So,
which quick update with real quick with my Mets. Max Scherzer will be starting game 2. So he's
Chris
good
Bassett,
to go.
Game 1?
Chris Bassett will start opening day.
Also, we'll talk baseball. We'll talk some MLB talk here after we go through the NHL stuff because the Tigers made a move yesterday that a lot of people are going to think it was a good move, but I think it's a great move, and there's multiple reasons why. So we'll talk that though. But who's going to go first? Let's go basketball first because we have that.
Basketball is on the thing first, so why not?
Yep.
Save the best for last.
Yeah, that's it. Big boy talk will be up after NHL talk.
Yeah,
if you guys got a question about any game in particular, you want to talk about anything in particular, even if you want to throw out I don't know who's going to win the Masters this year, throw it in the chat. We'll go over it.
Tiger
we had some debate about Tiger being 4,500. We had some debate prior to the show, so in the backstage area.
I'll do my research on the Masters tonight, and we'll talk about it tomorrow.
Tim won't commit. He has commitment issues. Me and Nick.
I just don't want to be Joe Public.
That's okay. All right, Nick Earl, we'll be back. You do your Tiger Woods research. I know you're already done with golf. Nick's about to go plus 40 units on golf and never, ever bet it again. Let's do some NBA talk, shall we?
Yes.
Oh, wait. What do you do? Yes, plus 4,000.
It's only 4,000? You got only 4,000?
I got it at 4,500, so I'm just saying, shop your lines. Bet them early. NBA. Yes, it's still happening.
Yeah.
Well, I know, but this time of the year is really weird for NBA because, over the last couple years, we've really seen that whole load management thing they talk about with players and star players, and we hate it. We all hate it. But it's really become a factor all year, where normally this is the time of year it's a factor. You're obviously giving you guys a couple more days rest and in their playoffs, stuff like this. But nowadays, teams do this stuff all year. So I don't understand how the contracts – yeah. participation optional. Right. I don't understand how the contracts get larger, but the amount of games these guys play gets lower. To me, the teeter-totter is not.
At the end of the day, if they bring home a championship, it don't matter how many games they play.
Well, how's that working?
Or it don't matter if they miss 3 useless regular season games if they bring home a championship.
That's fair.
So,
all right, I'm going to let you take it over here from now. Talk to me about this game. We'll start with.
Yeah, this is still. I think we have 5 days left of NBA regular season, something in that nature. So keep an eye on a bunch of different clinching scenarios and playoff scenarios and all that stuff. 76ers are against the Pacers to start it off. Malcolm Brogdon's still sitting out for the rest of the year. All the other players on Indiana, whoever plays. Whoever hasn't been playing is not going to play. Philadelphia is going to have all their starters. They're going to go good. Philadelphia is currently sitting in that 4th seed. They've already clinched a playoff spot. I believe with a win tonight, they'll clinch home court. So at least they probably have that to play for. They're fighting with Boston and Milwaukee, but honestly, if I was the Sixers, I kind of like exactly where I'm at right now. If not, maybe get up to that 3 spot because I could see the Bulls dropping to 6, and I'd much rather play the Bulls than the Raptors. This is a pass for me. I bet 2 games today. And it's all about motivation and stuff like who cares about these games. And Philly, this is 11.5 point spread. I can see the Pacers covering. The thing is, Pacers are tanking, so I don't know if they have enough. And 76ers, are they really going to go out and try to win this game by 25? I don't necessarily see it. Joel Embiid, he's going for a scoring title, still trying to insert himself into a MVP debate that's kind of already wrapped up. I don't see this one being much of anything. So pass on that game. The Cleveland Cavaliers are taking on the Orlando Magic. Orlando, they've been out since day 3. They kind of gave up. Cavaliers are currently sitting in the 7th spot. I believe with a Bulls and a Raptors win or a Cleveland loss, Cleveland is guaranteed that they're going to be playing in the play-ins. Kind of a disappointing end to the year when they were playing really good in the beginning. They're currently sitting 8 games back for first place. Obviously, not even close to first place just because it's the season's pretty much over. They got 3 games left. This is a lean towards the Magic just because 8.5 points is a lot to lay on the Cavs right now, especially with the Cavaliers still without Mobley and Jared Allen. Carter Jr. is still going to be out for Orlando. Cole Anthony out, and Franz Wagner is questionable. Lean towards the Magic. Once again, another game that I did not get to. The Houston Rockets are in Brooklyn taking on the Nets. This is a 17.5 point spread, 17-point spread, whatever it is. Still no Christian Wood for the Rockets. This is another one. The Nets are currently sitting in 10th place in the East. So they're going to most likely play in the play. No, they're going to be playing in the play-ins. I'm going to say they're probably going to be playing in the stop it with the Rockets money line. They're probably going to be playing in the 9-10 game, and they'll probably get home court advantage for it. We'll see how that one goes. Houston's been done since day 4. So these two, another team that's not really not that good. This is not a scenario I'm interested in at all. It would be a lean towards Houston just because that's a lot of points, but no interest in that game. I do have interest in the next game. The Charlotte Hornets are in Miami, and these two teams are pretty much healthy. Kyle Lowry is questionable for the Heat, but other than that, they're good to go. I grabbed Hornets plus 5.5 sprinkle on the money line. This is a very important game for Hornets, not as so much with the Heat. I don't know if the Heat necessarily want to be in first place just because the winner of the 9-10 or Brooklyn could be that 8 seed and they probably don't want to play Brooklyn. But I think they're going to end up getting it by default. So they could try to lose this game all they want. Even if they lose this game, which I hope they do because I have the Hornets in this one. But This is a spot where Hornets definitely need this win. They're trying to catch the Hawks for that 8th spot. So we'll see with that one. But another situational spot, I like the Hornets to get the job done in this one. And my second play of the game comes from this next game. The Toronto Raptors are hosting the Hawks. Raptors, with a win, will clinch a playoff spot. Hawks are still trying to keep themselves out of the 8th spot or out of the 9-10 game. They are currently 8th, and they're a game ahead of Charlotte and Brooklyn. I like Toronto in this matchup. I grabbed the -4. It's mostly because the Hawks' road record is 15-23. I don't see them coming out and winning this game. The Raptors are a solid home team at 21-17 this year. I think they get the job done, and I think they want to clinch at home. So we're going to go Toronto -4. That's my second and last play of the game, but we still have a bunch of other injury report news. Portland and Oklahoma City. If you're betting this game, get some help. This is going to be your 1-800-GAMBLER.
Stop it. Get some help.
This is your 1-800-GAMBLER game. And I think I've already talked about the game more now than I did on the ESB show of Trey. Don't bet this game. Injury report doesn't matter. No SGA, no Dame, no Nurkic, no Hart, no Simons, no Giddey, no Wofford, no Dort. Don't bet this game. These two teams suck. They don't care. Stay away from this one. The only thing they're playing for is a job next year. They're playing for exercise. Move on. The Milwaukee Bucks are in Chicago taking on the Bulls. Giannis listed as probable with a knee injury. And then Levine is unlikely to play today versus the Bucks. I feel like this is another Bucks spot. I mean, you're still – it's kind of a similar situation. Bulls can clinch a playoff spot tonight with a win. Milwaukee can clinch a home court with a win. So both these two teams have something to play for, and the Bulls have been awful lately. They've won 4 out of their last 10 games. They're kind of on a downward spiral. They were looking really good halfway through the year. But being good halfway through the year doesn't matter because you need to play out the full year. They'll probably be sitting in a 5-6 spot and most likely have to play against Milwaukee or Philadelphia and then probably lose in the first round. I'm not high on these Bulls team. Bucks probably would be the play, but not going after that one. We'll go into the next game, which is Washington and Minnesota. No Kuzma for the Wizards. Pat Bev is questionable. McDaniels is questionable for the T-Wolves. And Minnesota's fighting for that 6th spot. You got them. They're a game and a half behind the Jazz, which we'll mention later on. This could easily get up to half a game lead if they win and the Jazz lose tonight. I don't see the Jazz losing, but this is a T-Wolf spot 100%. They're going to win. Whether or not they cover, I don't care. I'm not really betting it. It's a 12-point spread, so it's a lot of points. So probably lean towards Washington with a lot of points or tease it, but not really interested in going after that game. The Spurs are in Denver taking on the Nuggets. This is another one where Nuggets can clinch a playoff spot tonight with a win and a Minnesota loss. I don't see Minnesota losing, but this is once again a game that this would put Denver's lucky number, I believe, at 1 in order to clinch a playoff spot. That was weird. It just kicked me out. Okay.
Me too. Okay. So we're all back. That
all
was
right.
All right. So it
hell
wasn't
just
us.
It just
It wasn't us.
saying error. Try again later. Or try again.
It did. Yeah. it
Both
just
of
said
you
error,
popped. Both of you disappeared. I was on, and I went out and went back into thinking, okay.
Oh, I just got an
Maybe it
error
was
that
me.
said, "Don't worry, it's not your fault."
Yes,
we
I got that one
experienced
too.
an error, so that was our system. So
Yep. All of a sudden, I
Um,
was in the middle of saying something again. I was gone. So
yeah. So
interesting.
But yeah, we're back. We'll keep going.
We'll keep running. Let's do it.
Oh wait.
There you go. Spurs, Nuggets. DeJounte Murray is going to be out for the Spurs tonight. Nuggets, with a win and a Minnesota loss, can clinch a playoff spot. They're also fighting with the Dallas Mavericks for a home court if Nuggets go, I think, 3 or 4-0 in their next 4 games. If the Mavericks go 2-2, I believe they can get home court because I think Denver has the season series over Dallas. So could be an interesting spot there. Not to mention, if the Nuggets win, Jazz lose, it kind of almost clinches the Nuggets the division spot. So that'd be that would be cool to see. But at a 9-point spread, we missed the line. It was 5.5 before DeJounte Murray got ruled out. At this point, it's Spurs or nothing. All right, this is the game that everybody's gonna trip. Do not bet the Grizzlies. John Morant's still out. Yes, I know, 20-2 record when John's not in. Dylan Brooks is going to be out tonight too. The Memphis Grizzlies do not want to win this game. Straight up, they do not want to win this game. If I was the Grizzlies, you lose this game because if you win, and Minnesota's a 12-point favorite tonight, Minnesota is only a half game out of the playoff spot, which would put the Jazz down to the 7. You don't want to play the Jazz in the first round. I don't care that they've been playing bad. They are still a dangerous team. You faced them last year in the playoffs. They took you out 4-1. And if this Jazz team gets hot, especially shooting from 3, because they can get hot and shoot 40% from 3-pointer, and all of a sudden they're putting up 140 points on you. You do not want to face this Jazz team. Grizzlies do not win this game. This is a Jazz spot. Whether or not they cover, I don't know. I don't think that – I just think that this is a game that the Jazz win. Just because Memphis doesn't – I could see Memphis sitting their starters halfway through or something. They're already locked into the 2 spot. They do not want to drop the Jazz into that play-in spot. This is a Jazz spot or nothing for me, and I did not go with anything just because I'm not messing with it. 2 games left. The Pelicans and the Kings are going at each other. Kings are kind of throwing up the white flag. Well, they're tanking. I mean, they're already eliminated, but they're even sitting their players for the rest of the year. Sabonis, Fox, both out. Valanciunas is questionable. Zion maybe might be back for plans. They said that I think one of his family members said that they might be back. I'm not taking any of that into consideration. I'm considering him out for the rest of the season until I hear otherwise from the league. Pelicans clinch a spot with a win or a Laker loss, which the Lakers are 11.5-point dogs tonight. So Pelicans, they're probably going to win this game, but 8.5 is a lot of points for them to cover. So I am just not going after this game. Final game of the night. You get the Fakers and the Suns. And this is the night that I think a lot of NBA fans are waiting for. If the Lakers lose this game and the Spurs win, the Lakers are mathematically eliminated from the playoffs and the play-ins in general, which is fantastic. Great for the league. LeBron's a bum. Yep. Fantastic. Yeah.
I might even stand up for that, but I got bad.
LeBron is going to be out tonight with a ankle injury, so he's not even going to play. AD is expected to play, but he is beat up. I can guarantee the Suns are going to be want to be the team that eliminates the Lakers. Guarantee. Whether or not they win by 15, I don't think so. I don't think they want to just completely go crazy. But this is not a spot that I'm fading the Lakers. Just because I think the Lakers probably cover the 11.5, or actually it's a 13-point spread. But I think the Suns win this game and knock them out. So this is a fade the Lakers money line, but I would take them on the spread if anything, but I'm not betting this game. My 2 plays tonight, Raptors, Hornets, 12 whole games. I got 2 plays. So that should be a fun night. And I think I have a little bit. No, I don't have more money in the NHL. I did bet Knicks 5 plays, but I have almost the same amount of money in the NHL than I do in the NBA.
That's fair, though. I mean, this time of year, though, this is when you tread lightly. It's like the beginning of the year. I mean, it's the end of the year, but we do the same kind of philosophy. You just tread lightly towards the end because we don't know who's participating, who's not.
Yeah, it's kind of a
LeBron,
trend lately right now, just because of motivational factors and clinching spots and teams that care, teams that don't care.
Right.
And coming down the stretch, I could see the last game of the season me having no place. So
here's what I will say to everybody out there that thinks LeBron, and this is a obscene conversation, that he's the best player to ever play the game, like above Michael Jordan and all that. You ever think Michael Jordan would sit out even on a potential elimination spot?
no.
You ever think Michael Jordan would do that? If you do, you should watch that documentary thing with Michael Jordan, where the 8-part series. What's the dance?
How about the night that he played through the flu, went into the locker room,
the
threw
food
up,
poisoning in Utah?
Yeah.
The Jazz
I gotta say, I did put out a tweet I retweeted one of LeBron James's tweet the other day. Man, this is aging really well, right? He put that out on April 1st. He's like, I'm out for the season officially. See y'all next fall, joking around. And I said, wait, you showed up at all this season?
Yeah, right. I mean, it's true.
And now he's missed a few games in a row. Is he done for the year now?
Pretty much. I mean, if they lose tonight, he's done for the year. What's the point of playing? Now it'll be like, well, I mean, at some point, like he's gonna have to retire. Obviously, I mean, every player does. They get old, but
he'll retire after he gets to play 1 year with his son.
And his son's gonna be a number 1 overall pick because they want LeBron on their team too.
Right. And that, you know what? I respect that. I mean, I'm a dad. I get all that, but from a fan standpoint, man, get the hell out of here. Don't come. We don't want him. Don't come to Detroit, bro. Even Detroit will never, even if they drafted his son, they would never sign that man.
That would be a nice little,
Would never ever. It'd be like, no, we'll take you take your boy, but his hairline's way better anyway. So, we're going to go into the NHL. Tim Merle, good job. We'll be back shortly. Don't go nowhere. Try not to overdose on Oreos. NHL. You got some games. Last night.
There's some very good games.
I Calgary bailed me out. On some stuff.
Screw Calgary. They cost me a profitable day. I had the Kings.
I knew you would. But
the
you
Kings
haven't been better with the Kings.
The Kings outplayed them.
They saved me. I'm not even gonna lie. I had the Blues puck line. I had the Bruins I had the Bruins on the puck line too, but
I was lucky I had the Bruins
parlay kind of thing.
I had a Bruins and a 2-teamer with the Blues as well, so that kind of bailed me out. The Blues were like my only winner last night.
Now
I should have laid the 3.5.
I'm on the Bruins tonight against the Red Wings.
Same here.
The Red Wings and me we're beefing right now. We're in a love-hate relationship, but
the Red Wings
I'm in every situation. Bruins in regulation. Bruins race to 3. Puck line. All that stuff. Over. I'm on the over. All of it. So whatever.
And you can take is there an alternative spread here? Where's the alternative spread? Dang it. It's not okay. They have it locked up on the book. Plus 185 for Bruins, +2 or -2.5.
Fair enough. All right. NHL, take it away, sir.
Yeah. We'll kick it on off here. Okay. Blue Jackets and Flyers. We get to start it off with one of these.
Stop it. Get some help.
Do not touch this game. These are two bad teams going at each other. That being said, I do have a couple of leads in this game. I didn't bet it, but Elvis Merzlikins in net for the Columbus Blue Jackets. Carter Hart for the Philadelphia Flyers. Our Chinakov is questionable. Jenner, Texier, Gerbe remain out. On the other side, Couturier, Ellis remain out. Farabee is back, Farabee wasn't back in the lineup. Zach McEwen is also out for the Flyers. I lean under. I lean Flyers. I have no money on this game. Moving on. Ottawa Senators and the Montreal Canadiens, Antoine Forsberg, Jake Allen, your 2 goalies. Tyler Ennis, Thomas Chabot, Cruikshank, Murray, Pinto all remain out for the Sens. Petrie, Pizzetta, Drouin all remain out for the Canadiens. Goals is where I went for this one here, over the 6 between these 2 teams. Next matchup here, the New York Rangers and the New Jersey Devils. Most likely Alexander Georgiev and Nico Dawes will be your 2 goaltenders. And even with Georgiev and net, they have the goaltending advantage in the New York Rangers because that's how bad this goaltending and defensive core is for the New Jersey Devils. Strome and Halek are questionable for tonight's games. Kako, Blau, and Rooney all remain out. Jack Hughes is questionable. He got hurt on a check in the last game against the Islanders. Nathan Bastian remains out. I took the Rangers. Rangers coming off of a couple losses. I have the Rangers team total over as well. I got Rangers money line, Rangers team total, and I put them in a 2-teamer with another team later in the day. I like the Rangers big time tonight to take care of business against a Devils team that's looking like they're laying down and dying. Next matchup here, the Toronto Maple Leafs are at the Florida Panthers in this one. Eric Kallgren and Sergei Bobrovsky are your 2 goaltenders. William Nylander is questionable for this game. Ian Scott questionable as well. All right, my bad. That's a goaltender. That's like a 5th-string goaltender. Never mind. Amirov, Kashe, Sandin all remain out. It looks like they did get back one of their defensemen, I believe. I forgot who, though. I don't remember who they got back, but they got a defenseman back. I'm just drawing a blank on the Muzzin. They got Muzzin back. That's who it was. On the other side, Florida, Noah Kari questionable, Hornquist questionable, Ekblad and Nudavara remain out. I'm going to give some flack for this one here. I like the under 7 in this game with the Maple Leafs and the Panthers. I've seen so many people on the over in this game, and I thought this line was going to go down potentially to 6.5. It opened up at 7. I got it at 7 minus 115. That line's at 7 plus 110 now for the under. I'm shocked that it's juiced that heavily where we almost had a 7.5 today. So I like the under in this spot here. I think we see a lower scoring playoff hockey game, even though these are 2 very good offenses. I think we could see a lower scoring game. Avalanche and Penguins are your next game here. Darcy Kemper, Christian Yari, your 2 goaltenders. Alex Newhook and Vladimir Nichushkin are both questionable for this game. Samuel Girard, Nazem Kadri, Gabriel Landeskog, and Ryan Murphy all out for this game on the Penguins side. Jason Zucker, Nathan Bayou, and Brock McGinn all remain out for this one here. I did not take a side in this game. I lean Penguins. I like the over. I expect goals in this game. Over 6. Penguins and Avalanche. Next matchup here, the Carolina Hurricanes are at the Buffalo Sabres in this one. Anderson versus Anderson in this game, or more like Anderson versus Anderson. Frederick Anderson and Craig Anderson. Ethan Bear questionable for this game. Jesperi Kakaniemi is out, as well as Jake Gardner. On the other side, Cagliata remains out, and actually the Buffalo Sabres are getting a little more healthy in this game. I lean towards the Sabres in this spot at home, plus the 1.5. I'm going to hold for Tim's sake because we're going to the game on Thursday because this is a front end of a home-and-home series where they're in Buffalo tonight and they're in Raleigh on Thursday. I'm going to hope the Hurricanes win this game so the Sabres do not get a pissed-off Hurricanes team at home on Thursday where they're going to just blow them out of the water. So I do lean towards the Sabres in this game, though, but I passed on this one. Bruins and Red Wings in this spot. Jeremy Swayman confirmed in net for Boston. Expected Alex Nedeljkovic for the Red Wings. Pastrnak is out, though, tonight, as well as Travis Frederick. On the other side, Giovanni Smith is questionable. Robbie Fabry, Ronnie, and Stevens are all remaining out. Detroit Lenny, cover up your ears. This is a Boston slaughter spot. I think Boston puck line is definitely in. Fact for tonight, I would lean towards the team total over with them as well because against this Detroit team where their defense is nothing but Swiss cheese, the Boston Bruins are going to put 5 goals up on them at least tonight. So give me the Bruins puck line. You're good now, Lenny. I see you covering your ears in the backstage there. Next matchup here, the Wild are at the Predators. Marc-Andre Fleury confirmed for the Wild. UC Saros are expected for the Preds. Michael Boldy, John Merrill both out for this game. Borowiecki and Fabro are out for the Predators. I like the Wild in this spot. I did a free pick video last night on this game, 4 picks and parlays, and I took the Wild on the money line. They're playing better overall. I trust them better defensively right now. So give me the Wild in this spot. Islanders and the Dallas Stars. We have Semyon Varlamov in net for the Islanders. We have Jake Ottinger expected for the Stars. Clutterbuck, Mayfield, and Sorokin remain out. Hakanpää, questionable. He got hit in the face with a puck during warmups before the previous game against the Seattle Kraken. Isla Lindell, also questionable in this game as well. I like the Islanders. We're going to ride this Islanders team. This team is number 3 in the NHL in points recorded since the start of February. Amazing what happens when you have a fully healthy team. This team, if you take out the beginning of the season where they had a 13-game road trip and then played with the Bridgeport Islanders for about 5 games, this is a playoff team. I'm going to look to ride the Islanders throughout the rest of the season. They're playing with pride right now, and I think they're only 9 points out of a playoff spot right now. And the Capitals schedule is not going to be easy either. There are 11 games with 1 game in hand. But yeah, I like the Islanders in this spot. Islanders money line and the team total over 2.5. They're scoring goals as well. And to close out the night, the Edmonton Oilers are at the San Jose Sharks. James Reimer and Mikko Koskinen confirmed in net for both of them here. Russell, Archibald remain out for the Oilers. DeZingle and LeBlanc remain out for the Sharks. Give me the Oilers in this spot here. Oilers, puck line. And then I two-teamed the Oilers with the Rangers earlier in the night. So I like the Oilers to take care of business. I also have their team total over 3.5. But that is everything for today's slate. Back to you, Detroit Lenny.
All right. I hate to say it, but I'm on the same page as you as far as the Red Wings Bruins game.
Yeah.
It is.
I've already bet the over 6 for the Winnipeg Detroit game tomorrow. So there's a little disclaimer for anybody wondering for a play tomorrow. Lock in before it hits 6.5. Wings and Jets over 6 tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Especially because we're actually bringing that.
Yeah.
Your favorite.
Yeah. He owes me a fight. He can right there and just stop on by out front. We're gonna bring Tim in. Tim, look alive. Wake up, Tim.
I'm good.
Wake up. Wake up. Clap on. Forget it. We got lots of chat to go through, so we're gonna go through. Kind of go through if I could.
Wow, we have a lot of chat. Yeah,
we do have a lot of chat to go through.
We're popular.
Well, we kind of fly for a white guy. Bang, bang.
Yeah.
Hey, fellas, what's happening, James? Look. Thanks, Detroit Tigers today. Cash money, right? Tigers maybe money today.
That one was a little bit scary.
Here I am wearing a White Sox hat. What? Why? With confidence. First off, I hit the Tigers and the Red Sox today, so thank you. There you go. So
boom. Yeah, those are my 2 plays.
Dude, definitely take the Rockets plus 17. We're all
we did
a free pick video last night. Me, Nick, and Sean.
Money line plus 1150.
I don't know about that, but I definitely take them plus 17 points. I just take the points and take OKC minus 4.5 or money line.
No, don't touch that game, please. Don't touch that game.
Now, this is some interesting talk we have about the Masters earlier. Tiger Woods is plus 4,000, plus 4,500, depending on your
disclaimer, I know nothing about golf.
None whatsoever.
I'll look into it tonight. And then
I think golf gives soccer a run for its money for the most boring sport on earth. I just ruffled some feathers in the chat.
Nah, I think soccer's more boring.
I said I think soccer is still the more boring sport, but I said it gives a run for its money.
Patrick Cantlay topped. Oh, we got Tate the Great coming in. Hey, it's the golf picks. Cantlay.
The thing is, I'm gonna go on tonight
with him, though.
And I'm just gonna start looking back because the Masters is played on the same course every year. So I want to go look back at, say, like the last 5 years at some of these guys and see how they play each year on the course. Because it could be a spot where some of these players down lower on the odds might not be the top players, but say each year they do really well at the Masters.
Look, you could dive into it too. I mean, if like weather reports for this weekend, because it's a Thursday through Sunday tournament. Obviously, It's a 4-day tournament. There's weather reports, who plays better in certain situations. We're going to talk a lot. I don't say we're going to talk a lot. We're going to talk more about the Masters tournament tomorrow.
Yes.
So be prepared, folks. You guys in the chat, you got homework to do. Be prepared.
Tiger Woods moving on. All right.
Participation trophies. Yeah, that's what the NBA plays for. Gave the old Fonzarelli thumbs up. Hey. MZ says Utah needs to win. Memphis has nothing to play for.
Memphis needs for Utah not to lose.
Okay. Tiger, Sheffer, Matsumaya. Oh, I know that guy, Matsumaya. He's good.
Yeah, he won it last year, right?
Brooks. He's good.
He won it last year.
I like first glance, top finish better.
Sorry, that's Hideki. I thought you would talk about Colin Morikawa.
Tiger finish in the top 20 plus 240. Top 10 plus
Tiger
500.
Cut it minus 115.
No. Rockets money line. Rockets end the points. Are you mad, bro?
I'll just skip over him. He just spammed the chat, and I put him in timeout.
Oh, okay. Jalen Green over on points in the Nets game.
Why not? Nets can't play defense worth of nothing.
No, we're not from Tallahassee. Oh, Tiger top 5 plus 1,200.
Dude, stop it.
You can thank me later. There is a lot from this Vincent guy.
Yeah, skip him.
All right. Yeah. Miami Heat first quarter. They are 4-0 against the Hornets in the first quarter. So they're due.
Yeah, but there's different spots. I think this is a Hornet spot.
Okay, fair enough. That's why there seems like a lot of chat, because it's all this guy talking to himself. Miami won't push players and relaxing before the playoffs.
Yeah, I could see some of their players getting limited minutes tonight. You're going to see more of the bench.
Tate says, I want to see props of Tiger to tee off and pull out before the cut.
So technically he would miss the cut, which would be minus 115.
No, he would quit before the first round. Like he would quit on like Friday or Thursday.
No, this says he tees off on Thursday and then pulls out. So he said technically he'll be
participant, but he didn't. Yeah. No, I don't think so.
Francisco says Tiger will not finish the Masters or make the cut.
I agree. I'll probably have a ticket for Tiger Woods to miss the cut at minus 115.
You suck.
At the end of the day, I want to make money.
Blazers Thunder, the NBA showcase of the night.
God, stop it.
There you go. Can take it. I don't know what we're talking about in the chat here. This Vince, this guy's got to go.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, we already took care of. Yeah,
I just did that. All right, now I gotta go back up and figure out where the hell I actually was.
You were here.
No,
here.
Here.
There you go. Fade the Bulls against top teams. Yes, 100%. They are not good against teams, even with not even top teams in the East, just teams above 500. They're not good against.
That's fair. Where's it's liar?
This is him going back and forth with another guy.
Okay. Yeah. All right. You guys got you. YouTube hating on y'all. It wasn't a YouTube thing. It was our system that we used.
Yeah, it was a StreamYard.
Yeah, it was a StreamYard system. Because it gave us a oops.
Not your fault.
It errored because there was too much sexiness on one screen.
Hey, it's hard. I mean, hello, you're welcome. You guys haven't joined Tim's OnlyFans. He eats Oreos and takes pictures of his feet.
With sports picks.
With sports picks. Let's
picture of his feet. Pictures of his feet.
Video.
Hornets +5.
Oh yeah, Oreo.
What the
Hornets?
I don't know what happened, folks. I don't know what happened. It's only Tuesday.
He lays on a couch seductively.
It's only Tuesday.
Wild basketball.
This is what happens when college basketball ends. Yeah, this is what happens. Who's a better team? White Sox or Tigers? Tigers all day, bro. No, I mean, what kind of craziness are you asking?
Royals win the division.
Stop it. Love the Jazz.
Yes, the Jazz tonight.
You butchered Jonas's last name.
Jonas Valanciunas. Sorry. Yes, I know what you mean. I'm sorry.
It sounds like
Bye-bye
figures.
Valanciunas.
Woo! Free bets.
Yes.
You guys are actually putting fakers on the screen. Holy crap.
Yes.
Very nice. Very true. They're complete fakers. They are. And this is all 100% LeBron's fault. He built his team, tried to play general manager, knew everything about everything. I'll never take anything away from the man's talent. He's talented. He's a one-of-a-kind generational talent for sure. And I think he's great off the court for what he's done for the youth in every city he's played in. Miami, Cleveland, LA, everywhere.
I saw
an
interesting clip with him.
Yes.
The man's a douchebag, and he's terrible for the NBA right now.
I saw an interesting clip with LeBron James where he was on the broadcast for the the women's college basketball championship game. And he was asked an interesting question because obviously he didn't go to college. Right. He said, and they asked him, if you were to have gone to a college, which school would have you wanted to play for? And he looked and he goes, "This is going to ruffle some feathers. I would have been between two schools, Duke and North Carolina."
Right.
Oh, please! I would not have liked him. Well,
he probably is a Dookie.
I would have said he would have went to Duke because he wouldn't want to. He would have
gone to Duke because he's a douchebag.
He wouldn't want to follow in Jordan's footsteps. Yeah.
Yeah. The flu game. Yeah. Flu game where Jordan had the flu. Food poisoning. And then somebody else brings this up in the chat right here.
Now, when Kobe tore his Achilles and still shot free throws.
Yeah.
Mike. Yeah. Meanwhile, LeBron is over here getting fans kicked out because they were too mean to him. Remember,
Howie, he hurt my feeling.
You're in the car wash lane? I hope you got the super duper wash and make sure they do that wax on the rims, man.
Mm-hmm. Or, wax on, wax off.
Right, yeah, 100%. LeBron is resting so he can drop 40 in the last 2 games. 40 in the last 2 of the 4 games, win the scoring title.
Who cares?
Do you hear what Kareem Abdul-Jabbar said about him?
He's not a Laker.
He said, do better. Yeah. Just do better. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying. I agree with you what you're saying, but do you see the teams that are around him? He built the team. He ain't got nobody.
He built the damn team.
Himself.
It's his fault it's his fault and the Lakers' fault that him, AD, and Russell Westbrook make a crap ton of money, and they pay pennies to get the other players. There's a reason why there's a white guy named Austin Reeves on the starting lineup. It's not a good team. As soon as they realize it, it's not a good team.
Calvin, I would stand by this comment all day. Why? Yep. Not just the Pistons. Why would any young team building a core young talent like we're just going to use the Pistons because I said them as an example, Cade Cunningham, Sadiq Bey, all those people, the other young talent, they're probably going to have a very high draft pick next year. With that being said, why would you want to bring in, at this point, this isn't LeBron 10 years ago. This is LeBron now. Why would you want to bring in the older prima donna? You don't want that stuff around you.
If anything, I would say a team would be more willing to go after him because most likely, A, he's a veteran in the clubhouse, and B,
not what you want.
No, he would probably take the league minimum to go play with his son for 1 year.
I think he's a cancer to the locker room right now because I think
100%.
he thinks he knows more than he knows. There's a reason
I
a lot of players fail.
Would be very valuable to a young team like the Pistons.
Maybe. I can see that. I can see that argument. I will say that. But I think there's a reason that a lot of these players fail when they go into coaching or the front office and stuff like that. I mean, let's be clear. Magic Johnson might be the best Laker to ever play the game, and that includes Jerry West. but he failed as a general manager.
And Kobe.
And Kobe, all that. So I'm just
Kobe's
saying,
the best Laker of all time.
I'm just saying, like, some don't transition, and I don't think LeBron knows his role right now, and his role is on the court. And instead, he wants to have tacos with AD and get him to come to and then how'd that work out? You want what I'm smoking? It's like 200 an ounce, bro. That's taking and resting are the trends and newer sports. I'm not drowned. I'm not down. Yeah,
I'm all right with it. If that means we get a better playoffs, I am 100% down for players to sit out the last 2 to 3 games of the regular season that do not matter.
I mean,
Because I don't want. Okay, at the end of the day, I don't want, especially say if I bought tickets like a week or two before, like for a playoff series, and then say if I bought Nuggets tickets, and then in a meaningless game, Nikola Jokic tears his ACL and he's out for the playoffs and out for a while. All of a sudden now, I'm not going to get that playoff experience going to the game that I would have gotten if Jokic, sat out and didn't tear his ACL or whatever the deal. I'm just using him as an example because he's like an MVP and everything. So, no, I'm all right with
where you're at.
I'm all right with the resting before the playoffs. If that means we get the best of these players
for the
playoffs
against each
other, we get the best of the best going up against each other. Because even though take the Suns and the Lakers for example last year, that would have been a fantastic matchup if the Lakers were healthy. But no, because AD and LeBron they management, but they end up hurting themselves at the end of the year and didn't play in the playoffs. This is not a situation where
condition yourself better.
It's bad for the game if the superstars are playing in games that do not matter in terms of seeding, in terms of making the playoffs. Any games like that, like I would not want Booker playing right now. I would not want Chris Paul playing right now for the Suns.
No, but back in the day, you still all played. You played all those games. Yes, you'd rest like maybe a couple of days before playoffs, but you at least started those games. Your minutes were lowered in those games. Maybe you only played the first half, but you still got to keep your body moving. And
exactly, that's why even if they played the first half or something, I'm all right with teams resting their players to get the best results in the playoffs. Because at the end of the year, people aren't going to care about the 3-4 games at the end of the year after you clinched how you did those. No, they don't care. What did you do in the playoffs? And at the end of the day, if you rest your players for those couple of games and do well in the playoffs, I don't care about those couple of games in the regular season.
Well, we've seen this before where in the NFL, we've seen them rest the players in week 17, and then the next week in the playoffs, they look rusty as all hell and lose that game.
But I think the NFL is different because it's a contact sport.
That's contact sport.
But I understand more resting them, but I still think they need to play the first quarter.
Whatever.
I rarely see teams resting players in the NHL.
They'll lower their minutes. That's the thing. Their version of resting players.
Because you're still skating out points. I think I've seen all 2 games where the NHL, the one team, put out a thing saying, "Okay, these guys are not starting tonight." Like I saw that with the Bruins last year, where they rested almost their whole starting lineup against the Capitals. But I rarely ever see load management or resting players in the NHL.
Fair.
That's fair.
We're going to move on, though. Ninth Wonder says he loved the Toronto Maple Leafs yesterday. Good money there.
Yep, we are on the Lightning.
I was on the Leafs. I'm with you, Nick. Jackets and Flyers, do not touch, do not play, stay away.
Yes.
Sometimes the best bet is no bet. Got a 16 parlay. Liverpool, this is all okay. Liverpool Manchester City.
Okay.
1.
UNC.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yesterday. Plus 4.5. Raptors or Pistons. Raptors -4. Hornets +5.5. Grizzlies +5. Hope it cashes.
Grizzlies.
Good luck, Omar.
Grizzlies. No. I'm not a fan of that Grizzlies play. Other than that, I like your other 2 for today.
Chris Paul over 13.5 points.
Sure. What is that? Like 4 points a quarter? Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Just bet Bruins over 3.5 goals. Easy money.
Yep.
I hate to say it. Brewers, baby. They are currently tied. Oh no, they're up 5-4, bottom of the 8th.
They're up 5-4. They were just up 4-0.
Yeah, it's 5-4. Bottom of the 8th. Man on first. Julie Carley, gangster. I called her a gangster too in her text. For her old last Woody standing and her new last Woody standing took the Brewers money line today. So I'm like, hey, I even text her. I'm like, hey, did you mean to put them in as the same picks, or did I miss something? And she's like, no, I'm riding with that for both of them. And I'm like, all right.
Hey, I cast my last Woody standing pick today with the Red Sox. They were down 6-1, and they scored 7 runs in the 6th inning to take the lead, and it was 10-6 final.
That's fair.
Well, my focus is actually I totally forgot. I put the plays in the morning and I totally forgot about them, and then I'll see you comment on it. I'm 7-1 to start the handicap tone, so I'm just going to put out that one.
Yeah, I don't know if you fixed mine or not. I'm 5-3, not 3-5. Okay.
I don't know. I graded your picks, but then at the end I didn't.
Because I
update the
remember
spreadsheet, but I graded the
1-1
Facebook. I did
Yeah.
that on a few. So I fixed it.
I appreciate it.
If it's wrong, just let me know. Joe says, how you like the Canadiens and the Predators tonight?
Canadiens over the total. Wild.
Yeah. Dre's coming in with a tennis pick. Tennis and golf are the – oh, no, I thought you had a tennis pick. Tennis and golf are the most boring sports. Soccer isn't on the list.
Well,
Soccer's number one.
Dre likes soccer, so
you like soccer, though, right? Soccer is you either love it or hate it.
Well, you can always bet a sport and think it's boring. That's definitely a thing. But if you make money on it, keep betting it.
I mean,
I could.
Some people hate watching baseball.
Golf, soccer, and tennis could be boring, but if I find an angle on a game, I'll bet it.
Mandy can't stand to watch. My wife can't stand to watch baseball. Like if we go to a game, that's different. But to watch it on TV, she hates it. I'll watch a baseball game all day.
Hey, baseball is a sport for the intelligent. It's fine.
Oh my god!
It's for the high intellect.
You can't say that. If my wife comes barreling in this damn room right now to kick your ass, I'm just
the
saying.
People who see it as boring,
don't get me beat up.
The people who see it as boring, they just don't understand it. Like, there's a lot that goes into it. And as a big person of mathematics, that's kind of the entire thing of baseball is all strategy and mathematics.
Right.
Like people might see, oh, it's just somebody throwing a ball at a person. No, the different velocities and spin rates and all this stuff.
Keep in mind that she also thought the box on the TV. Why can't he see that box on the TV? The batter. I'm like, babe, that's really just on the TV, right?
It's like the yellow line for football.
Yeah, it's just like the yellow line's not on the football field.
Blew her mind when I told her that.
We went to the first football game. Where's the yellow line?
100% happened. Lions in Arizona against the Cardinals. We're sitting there. We're at about the 30-yard line, and she's like, "I don't see the yellow line." And I'm like, I was a few pops into it, a few drinks, and I'm like, "What are you talking about right now?" And then it took me a minute, and yeah, whatever. I love my wife, though. I will say she's so pretty.
Well, we got to sprint through these comments. It's already 5:55. Yeah,
we're gonna run through these. Too many key pieces are out for Memphis. I like the Nuggets tonight. Murray is out for the Spurs.
Yeah, he just talked about 2-point game. Okay.
Dustin Johnson to win the Masters or Justin Thomas. There you go.
I'll look at it and tell you tomorrow.
Don't you think the Heat trying to get 1 seed for home court advantage?
No, because they don't want to play the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah. Thought you ruffled some feathers talking about soccer. LeBron lovers are crying in the pillows right now, right? Kobe over LeBron all day.
I'm here to make money, not friends.
You guys are awesome, but in regards to LBJ having people kicked out, but those fans were saying disgusting stuff about family, not okay. I agree. That's
you're a professional athlete. You should be used to that by now.
I will say this: you can't cross the line. You can't talk about nobody's mama, and you can't talk about their children or their wife. Anything like that. You can't do that.
You're a professional athlete.
I will say that. But
you ignore
it also came out that not everything's as bad as the crybaby said. So, like, if I say, "Hey, LeBron, you're a bum," "Hey, ref, get this guy out of here," that's the difference between me and those people that got kicked out. Is I'd have tried to throw hands with LeBron. He'd have kicked my ass, but I would have tried. I'm just saying, I'd have been that guy. Tim said LeBron would have went to Duke because he would have wanted to be a douche. I'm a Lakers fan. We suck. There you go. Can't bring LeBron on a rebuilding team. Every team he has been left in disarray when he leaves, attitude and talent-wise. Facts. We're blowing through comments now. So Kareem, I believe Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the best Laker of all time.
I also grew up a Kobe fan.
See, so I grew up watching Michael, and I remember when Kobe came in the league, and you know what I'm saying? I remember that. And I'm not hating on Kobe because Kobe was, man, I watched that guy play live against the Pistons at the Palace Auburn Hills. And I watched Michael Jordan too. And I will say this, nobody moved like those two men. Like it was when they moved and they cut the lane and you were just in awe watching those guys float, and they floated, so we could talk about how much we all hate LeBron for another 5 hours. 9-2 on my hockey trend. No plays for the hockey trend tonight. Sean Austin's coming on Morningwood to talk about that. Do you like Edmonton puck line?
Yes. I put it as my best bet for Terry's show today.
Thank goodness there is college basketball. Personally, I don't watch NBA because of the players and the way the game is played with no defense. College game is much better. College sports is better. College football is better than NFL. College basketball is better than NBA. NHL, college hockey is not better than the NHL.
No.
That's the only
and no playoffs are better than the Stanley Cup playoffs, and that's not up for discussion.
Wrong.
Nick is eating Nutter Butter. Are you eating Nutter Butter?
No, I was. Where's my
Nilla wafers.
Yeah, I was eating Nilla wafers.
All right. Jazz Nuggets.
I have it outside the bag now.
He was playing for the playoffs position. Okay.
Correct.
I'm down rent money. I'm taking
Donation.
What is it? Donation. Bless you all. All right. Well, come on through, Pimp C. Lay it all on the Red Wings money line or Tiger Woods to win the whole Masters plus 45.
Yes.
No.
We'll make this month's rent and next month's. Blue Jackets over 6.5 making car payments over here. I don't know about that. Hawks money line, Bucks money line, Edmonton Rangers.
No Hawks. Hawks are awful on the road.
Should you take the James wants to take the Grizzlies plus 5 versus the Jazz?
No.
Please help me out. No, you don't like that.
No.
NASCAR might, and I don't consider that a real sport though. But that's
NASCAR is a real sport.
Show.
NASCAR is a real sport, and it's only interesting for the last 5 laps.
Fair. Lenny, you're tripping saying why Amanda said why they couldn't see the spread. I'm telling you, bro, it happened. She was like, can't that umpire see the thing? And I'm like, no, babe. It's like not. That's for your viewing pleasure only. Thinking about the Islanders versus Stars, was leaning the Islanders, but I'm still researching.
Isles, team total and money line.
Trash talking is half the game, right? Kareem is the best Laker, but really you got to go by generations. I think that's fair. You can't say because Jerry West, he's the freaking NBA logo for crying out loud. He obviously was a great player.
And the Lakers are the best franchise of all time without discussion. Like maybe the Boston Celtics.
That's the only other one.
I was going to say
that would rival. And I'm talking about growing up in the 80s. I mean, I was born in 73. Mid-80s, there was no other better basketball than watching the Lakers and Celtics, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird. It was, and I'm a bad boy Detroit Pistons fan to the day I die. But that was good basketball. I agree there. You're an AI fan? Allen Iverson was the man. Hands down. Best gangster NBA player of all time. But that's going to wrap it up for us. We kind of ran through it. We had a lot of chat today, so keep it up. Good job. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, guys, if you haven't already. Feel free. Also, check us out, Max Wagers Network. Like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Starting tomorrow, not starting tomorrow, every day, Monday through Friday, midday money, noon Eastern, followed up by Allie Burns, 1 o'clock Eastern, just parlays with Chris King. Comes on right after that at 2 Eastern. Then back to the window with Scott and Scott at 3 Eastern. And we are on 5 o'clock Eastern. Game time decision, main event every day, Monday through Friday. If you haven't already, hit the thumb up button on the way out. Good luck, everybody, unless you're against us. And we still hate LeBron. Go Tigers.
That's fair.
Golf talk tomorrow. Do your homework, people. We're out.
I'll do my homework.